Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And yeah, so yesterday in Helldivers we got a patch, right? We got a pretty moderately sized patch that is for the upcoming Western themed Warbond that's coming out as well. But the patch did include some changes, right? We went through the patch notes yesterday. There were some buffs to certain assault rifles, SMGs, some sniper rifles, including the Erupt as well. Some nice buffs to some of the stratagems as well, including the rocket pods, the exosuits. So yeah, I mean like decent patch so far, but they did also buff the enemy. The Automatons received several buffs, and the Illuminati received a single buff. We're gonna actually go through those buffs, the enemy buffs today, and we're gonna take a look at some changes that were not actually mentioned in the patch notes as well, right? So I have some pre-recorded footage here, right, of some of my pre-recorded gameplay from yesterday, right? I was playing the Queen a little bit, and the first thing is that they did change the loadout, right? So they did not add pre-saved loadouts or anything like that. What they did change is they organized the stratagems in a specific order so that it's a little bit more easier to kind of like pick your loadouts to find where they are, right? So for example, we have all the orbitals bunched up together, followed by the eagle strikes, right? So the orbitals on top, eagle strikes at the bottom. So the same applies to to the turrets and for the supply stratagems as well. Everything is like organized in a particular order, so it's a little bit easier for you to find your stratagem now. And so I guess it's to help improve the efficiency of picking out your loadout. And right now, muscle memory, you're used to like the previous setup, the layout that it was, and you're kind of like automatically looking in that spot, some muscle memory takes over. So yeah. So the first thing you'll notice here is that there is a new secondary objective now for the automatons, which is the walker convoy, right? So these are like a bunch of 4-5 walkers, right, moving in a it's a convoy, so they're getting from you can see here they're moving from this point of the map to this point. So I'm guessing so the objective is to actually intercept that convoy and take out all the walkers, right? Now this can be a little bit hairy because in addition to this additional new objective and the buffs to the dropships that were mentioned in the patch, the automatons now have a sort of like a new set of automatons, like a new archetype, right? If you guys remember in the bugs, they gave us the predator strain bugs, right? Terminids, which were kind of like a stalker variant of regular bugs. In addition to something like that, we now have the incineration corps, which you will see in this video. So these are automatons, right, with different color palettes, but they have all flame based weapons and ammunition, right? So you can see flame variants of the regular automatons, the bots, the devastator, with actually cookout, with actually the with the break with shotguns, right? Those guys are really annoying. And finally the hulks as well, the hulk variant as well. So tougher variants of the automatons because they're all flame based. So recommended to have flame builds, right, flame resistant builds for stuff like this, so it'll be a lot more helpful. So you're going to see the new objective as well, as you can see here. So this is the new as you can see, the flame variant of the hulkbuster, the incineration corpse. They shoot kind of like flame mortar rounds or something, which is. And so in the convoy, one of the striders, one of the walkers will have like a jammer on top. Right now, my first reaction to seeing this jam was like, fuck, we've got a moving jammer, right? But jammers are like easier now that we have the ultimatum secondary, right? But this is not actually a jammer. What this does is similar. It scrambles your stratagems to mess up the input order. So it's kind of like what happens to the I can't remember what it's called, but the cognition disruptor that you get with the Illuminati. It's the exact same thing. So you're going to see that your stratagems, like the inputs, are going to change, right, randomly, as you can see. Yeah, that's what that does. So it's not an actual jammer. It's kind of like a cognitive disruptor. So the objective of the automaton convoy is to actually take out all 5 walkers, right? So this is it can be hard or easy depending on what your loadout is. So we all have orbitals and 500 kg, so it's quite easy. So you can see from the color palette of these rocket devastators as well, so this white and red, so this is what the new Incineration corps look like. So these guys, the rocket devastators are not like that different. They do the exact same thing, but the regular automatons, the bots, the normal bots, they carry flamethrowers now. The machine gun devastators carry around shotguns with flame rounds, so, and they stagger you. That's the one. So the dropships received a buff, like where the main hull of the, before you could take out by shooting the hull with one recoilless, right? But now that's buff, so it takes 2 rounds. So you could still aim at the engines. So engines is still the way to go, right? So engines will still be a one shot, so no issue there. You can just quickly take them out that way. And you're going to see here that one of those shotgun devastators are going to show up here, and I'm going to get staggered like crazy. And they shoot quite fast. See, I get staggered and just 2 shots and I'm dead while wearing a flame, fire resistant, armor as well, right? Those guys are crazy. Like 2-3 in a bunch, and they keep spamming you. See, you can see them spamming. See how far their shots go. They have shields as well, so these guys have always been annoying, right? But now that they've been given, staggering shotguns, the sluggers, flame variants of the sluggers, basically the cookout shotgun, right? Like what we have. That was a perfect showcase of the mortar round. You're gonna see it now, the mortar flame shot from the Hulk is gonna come in, like the big red thing. That's the one. That's the one. Massive fire damage. It's capable. If you get hit by it, like even at random moments, like I keep getting, like I get one shot by those. So these guys are quite tough. They're quite tough to deal with, but it's still doable, right? It's still doable as long as you maintain your distance, strafe around properly, and yeah, take your shots, pick your shots accordingly, and yeah. So there's another one nearby as well. You saw the flame round go over my head over there. Yeah, these guys are the ones. They're a lot more meatier and more buff now, but yeah. The Automaton fabricators also received a little bit of an change. Not a big change. They didn't buff them, but more of like an aesthetic change. So the ones you find around in, I would say, like non-urban missions where it's not like a city structure or anything like that, they still look the same, but the ones inside the city look like bigger buildings now. So just keep a watch out for that, but they're still the same. You can still take them out by conventional methods. So the last buff was for the last like buff for the enemy buffs mentioned were for the Illuminati, which was to the dropships, right? So when dropships on the ground, they had the shield. So now dropships that come to drop in, actually bring in enemy reinforcements, also have the shield. So we can no longer easily take them out with one single shot from a recoilless rifle, or from the AA gun, or the Wasp, or anything like that, right? We need to take down the shields first. Now this is a little bit annoying because it's not exactly, it takes a little bit of time, right? You need to, if you're playing in a team, I guess you could sync your shots and quickly take them down. As you can see, I'm shooting at it, the shield is there, so this is just to demonstrate the presence of the shield, and it's there continuous, right? Now this is a little bit annoying. So the need to activate the SAM guns for Illuminati missions, because you find them, because it's in urban environments and you find them more often, right, is a lot. Like, do the SAM guns first is what I'm saying, because those help in shredding the shields and taking down the ships as fast as possible. Otherwise, just deal with the enemies. Once they drop in, you can just throw orbitals or whatever at the enemies rather than focusing on the dropships. Oh, you could also try with the Wasp as well. You could take out the shields in the first and then reload and quickly. It's easy if you kind of like do it in tandem with, I would say in tandem with a pal, with a buddy. If you're able to sync, so one takes down the shield, the other one takes down the ship. But I think it's just easier to just let them drop and just aim at the guys, like just throw orbitals at the guys being coming in as reinforcements, right? But you don't need any of that if you just go for the SAM launches. Like, it is much more straightforward. Just going for the SAM launches in the case of Illuminati. So yeah, that's pretty much the unmentioned, kind of like the enemy buffs that came in, the changes that came in. So the loadout change, like it's more organized, and the incineration corps, the changes over there. So I mean, all in all, it's a good patch. Like, we got some like changes. We got the new Warborn coming up. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these changes to Helldives. Are you guys excited for it? Is it exciting? Is it interesting now? Is it a little bit more interesting? Or like, yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Till next time then, bye bye.